Hey everybody, it's Monday, time for the Monday update. I am Martinez-Bateman and I own a company called Letter-O-Matic. We are a newsletter writing service. I'm also a communications consultant specializing in equity and fundraising and change management. Some people, I've got a lot of new people connections followers over the weekend, thanks to Amy who shouted me out last week at a gratitude post. Thank you so much for that shout out. It was awesome. I'm grateful for you too. And every Monday I come on, I do a video where I post about my intentions for the week. And then I come back on Thursday and I tell you how I did on those intentions. If I sound breathy, it's because it's so goddamn cold now that I'm wearing jeans for the first time in maybe a year. They're a little bit tight. Oh, God. Okay. That's how it feels right now. I think I know you know what I mean. Usually I would update you on my eating goals. Sorry to say, I am back at square one. The stress from last week, the election and not knowing who the president was going to be, and mobs of angry Trump voters trying to stop the count, and all of that was just too friggin' much for me. And by Friday, I didn't feel hungry at all because I was so stressed out, and I skipped lunch. And then Saturday picked it back up again, was really making my eating goals, and then spent the entire night on Saturday night throwing up. So didn't eat anything on Sunday because I was like, we're not going to do that again. I'm back on track today. I feel much better. I slept 12 hours last night. I laid around on the couch all day Sunday recovering, and later in the day was able to keep down some like really mild foods. So I feel much better. I feel much better than I felt in a long time. Everybody said that, the relief from not living with impending fascism, some of us might get sick after we found out who the president was going to be and after it was announced that Biden was the winner. And I thought, nah, not me. I'm not going to get sick because I know that, Biden is less fascist than Trump, way less fascist. But, there's still work to be done. It's not like a Biden win is the solution to all my problems. I still have things I care about that I want to fight for. Yes, I'm relieved that this president who joked about killing all the gays, who said terrible things about Latinos, my people, who said terrible and done terrible things to women, I'm very pleased that this is the end of his time as president now. But I didn't feel that relieved. And then I got so sick. I was so sick. I had to hang on to the hallway walls. I was so sick. Like, it was bad. And it's just, as soon as it came, it left, and now I feel fine, but whew. Anyway, that was my weekend story. I feel kind of cheated out of my weekend. Like, I had a lot of plans for this weekend, especially after Saturday when we learned who the president was. I was like, oh, good. Like, I feel like I can, relax. I can go Christmas shopping. I can do all this stuff. And then, no weekend. But what are you going to do? I mean, I feel cheated out of this whole fucking year. So just add that to the list of things that didn't happen. Let's talk about the good things. Let's talk about what we can do to control this situation insofar as we can control anything. Let's talk about my intentions. So my number one intention this week is to ask myself what it would feel like if I was celebrating myself in this moment. I was talking to my business coach last week. I talked about it a little bit on Thursday. I don't know how much I did in depth or how clear that was. I know Thursday was kind of I was in a place on Thursday. I think we all were. But anyway, I was talking to my business coach and I was realizing that I need to continue to put myself first. As we get more clients, as we get more jobs, as we do better and better, I had been letting the business take precedence over myself. And I need to start asking myself every day. I need to ask myself, how would my day look if I'm celebrating myself today? How would my week look if I'm celebrating myself this week? How would this thing look if I'm celebrating myself? And since I've been asking myself that question since last Wednesday, honestly, what it looks like is I'm getting more work done. Despite how crazy last week was, I still got stuff done and still also took care of my health. I was able to have that really terrible night on Saturday night, recover all day Sunday, and just take care of myself. And now I feel much better. Something like that in the past, when I was overworking myself, driving myself into the ground, that would have really taken a huge chunk. I would have still been sick today. And thankfully it was like 24 hours and it was gone. So that's important. But honestly, celebrating myself recently has been like, I'm going to clean this kitchen. I'm going to wash this dish. I'm going to throw this in the laundry. I'm going to change these sheets, or I'm going to whatever. Like, it's such a weird thing because when I was growing up in my house, chores were like a punishment. And that was not a great way to learn how to take care of myself in my house. And now when I ask myself, how do I punish myself? Oh Lord, Freudian slip or what? How do I celebrate myself? What I'm doing is I'm looking at my environment. I'm realizing that because I've been so stressed, I've also been really tired. And because I've been really tired, I've been letting some house stuff go. I've been talking about it recently. And I'm just realizing that, like, that's not a celebration of me. Having stuff pile up in my house isn't a celebration of me. Not doing dishes until the next day isn't a celebration of me, etc., etc., etc. So really thinking about that, like I took a bath on Saturday. I also spent some time on Saturday painting in my journal and like just reading a detective novel, things that I really like to do that I don't do that often because I'm too busy or too stressed. And then of course I don't get the stress relief that those things bring me. So that's a big one. That's going to be a big one this week. And my number 2 intention is to avoid multitasking. That's been one that I've had on and off. Usually when I have a lot to do, I have a lot to do. These next couple of months are going to be heavy. A lot of people are doing end of year giving. That's a big deal for me in my sphere of the world. So not multitasking is actually going to make me much faster in the long run. When I multitask, I just slow myself down. So by slowing down, doing one task at a time, focusing on having good planning and good strategy for how I'm laying out my days, that is going to be the key to me being as fast as I know I can be while I have all this stuff going on. So that's going to be a big one. I'm only having 2 intentions this week. I'm tired. I feel much better, but I'm still recovering and I have a lot to do. So those are my 2 intentions for the week. What are your intentions? Put them down below and let me know. See you on Thursday.